What is up, honeys? This is KingBritneyChanel, and I'm back with the update for this whole Joy and, TS and fam situation. So it appears that Joy surfaced, y'all, and TMZ basically put up a video of Joy addressing the faux Patreon and the faux Instagram page. Also, I believe her family responded to all of this. So I'm gonna get into all of that. But before we do, definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope y'all enjoy my commentary on this. Alright, y'all, so I basically looked at the video probably like everybody else, and basically she kind of just shut down the whole notion of it being a Patreon, of it being an Instagram account, which I already knew from the go that it was fugazi. That is why I kind of questioned the whole situation from the go. I'm like, yo, like, why certain people not talking about this? Like, what's going on? And I kind of felt like the way that Joy and Az was on Gayle King's interview, how they were so dedicated to K, it doesn't seem like they just would have went like willy-nilly and was so vocal about their relationship with K. And I don't think that they would just willy-nilly like talk to just anybody about their stories. Like from me looking, like from the outside looking in, it just doesn't seem like they would just discuss their intimate stories with just anybody regarding this situation. And we definitely seen, people, honey, just was going with whatever flow it was, honey. The details just sound so much like her. And it's just like, this person has been in seclusion for 4 years, y'all. I was telling y'all, like, why would somebody get on and make a Patreon, and then the Patreon have all these different level tiers, and no other information be provided? The Instagram page, and they're trying to promote different stuff and asking for promotions, and the person never showed their face. People was believing a blank screen. And it's just like, we have a lot to work to do as a community, that people was believing a fake screen. No verification, no nothing. Patreon tried to reach out to the individual, and people just was making up all kind of excuses instead of using their good old common sense that they got up here, y'all. I cannot. Well, I'm glad that she addressed these things. Let me tell y'all what happened. So TMZ, if y'all have not seen the video, y'all can check it out over there. I would play it, but then it's like, nah, like y'all can check it out on TMZ.com, or they also have it up on YouTube. So it says here, I'm going to read to y'all what their exclusive is. Kay's girlfriend, Joy, says that the Patreon account was an imposter, and her family responds. So basically, Joy's family responded to the video. Now, in the video, she's saying that she would never betray Kay. That's just not her type of personality. And the things that I was noticing is that she got bass in her voice when she was like, I would never say that he did those things and different type of stuff. I wasn't, brain, washed. I wasn't this. This didn't happen. And she was very adamant. Like, I don't know why somebody would pretend to be me. And she was like hardcore. Because I was telling y'all before, I felt like if somebody did that, I feel like it was very disgusting and very sick that somebody would play with somebody's story. Because she mentioned that she said her and Asri, they was going through, honey, HE double hockey sticks. They've been going through it, with people. There's some people that are very supportive toward them, and other people blame them for K being in this whole situation. So you got a mixed bag of emotions and feelings, and people having their opinions about this whole situation. She was very adamant that she feels like, in order for K to have a fair try situation, a lot of this stuff on social media has been out of pocket, which I agree, it has been out of pocket. She basically played the normal girlfriend type of role, and basically said, you know, he was the best thing that ever happened to her, according to her, and she can't believe that somebody would try to, you know, stoop so low to impersonate her, which I thought it was disgusting, because I never believed for a second that a person that been in seclusion would just get on Patreon and be, you know, having different level tiers and not offering no different services on the tiers, and then come up with an Instagram page and never get on and say, yo, this is me. Like, I never believed that for a second. Like, I didn't even need a Patreon or Instagram to be like, what's up with this? You feel what I'm saying? I was just, what's up with this whole situation? So let's talk about what, okay, so TS and them responded to this video that the daughter made, which I'm glad she clarified herself, because Joy, I feel like she needed to shut down different stuff that was happening, because that's just real to me. Sketch that somebody was securing funds from the public via a crowd, you know, source funding website, and trying to finesse and pimp her story. I just felt like that was so So basically, TS and them via their, I guess, family council, y'all know Gerald, honey, released a statement saying, we're saddened and disappointed to learn that Joy has said that she was not the person operating the account, the Patreon account. And then he also continues, we deeply desire to hear her story and in her own voice outside of the presence of K or anyone associated with him. For nearly 3 years, Joy has not been able to speak outside of a controlled environment created by, you know, K. Her video today was not any different. Now, I did notice that she was reading off of something, and I don't know if that was out of pure nervousness, where you didn't, because sometimes you do need to write your feelings down, or I don't know if somebody, you know, helped her put that together, but it could have been a press release type of thing, because some people do write their press release, you know, stuff down. But honey, it's a lot of stuff going on today between George Zimmer and that Trayvon situation in this. I don't know what's whoo. All right. So but I don't think that they should continue saying that these are not her emotions, because I feel like at a certain point you're discounting a person's emotions. You feel me? Like, the person has not been there to really say anything to her. There's really nothing physical keeping her there. I mean, to me, I've seen a lot of things where a person probably would not want to be bothered due to certain stuff being said to the public, and you know, certain stunts being pulled by fam and them. But also, it's just like, why not just be happy instead of pushing her to tell her story that she's okay? Because this what they're saying is, we deeply desire to hear her story. Like, why not say the first thing you say in a press release? See, this is why I always be looking at people with the side eye. Why not say, I'm happy that you are okay and that you are in this moment vocalizing how you feel in this moment, okay? If a person is in a deep state of you know, mental, I would say, situations going on where they've been in a relationship that was toxic, any little baby steps that they take to have any sort of independence, wouldn't you applaud that or celebrate that? Like who's rushing to push her to tell her story? Like, let's just first make sure that you okay, that you're, you know, here with us. You feel what I'm saying? Because that was a question that I had too. If that wasn't her, then where the heck, you know, was she at? Was she okay? Are you eating? Glad to see you. Glad to see that you are, you know, well. We see that you look like you're well or whatever. Like, not we deeply desire to tell your story, because once again, that's you still trying to push the girl to talk about something that maybe she's not ready to talk about. Okay, like, anyway. So Gerald adds, although we can now verify it wasn't her account, the claims still remain. These are claims that they say their own independent, them looking into things, darling, found to be accurate and closely match the details listed in the 4 y'all know documents that are put up against K. And also the statement continues that they are also concerned about who gained access to Joy's personal Instagram account to mislead the public and her family. The public is also interested in that. And I feel like since she came out and said that somebody impersonated her, I hope that the correct officials or authorities look into that so that we can know who was flued out. So that we can know, the public can know, because we're interested too to know who would sit there and mislead all of these people, because some of these people really want to, rally around her and support. Other people are being nosy. You got some people that just want to, hear what she has to say so they could come up with something to, I guess, stand up for Kay. It's a whole bunch of, reasons why people would want to hear her story. But I think that people need to just, to me personally right now, be glad that the girl is healthy, that she's, here with us, and that, she's doing what she sees fit right now, honestly. Because we can't keep going with the same narrative and certain things. It's like, excuse me, the girl Azri is off and out and about on her own and free to come and go as she pleases, and she feels how she feels. So it's like people have to allow people to feel and express themselves the way that they see fit. And when they're ready, maybe they'll talk about things, because sometimes time has to go on, because in the moment, sometimes you don't necessarily feel like something may have happened to you, or maybe your upbringing or different stuff happens, and you need time to process things mentally. That's what I'm trying to say. So they say it ends with this, but there's no deception in this fact. For 3 years, Joy's family has spent the holidays without their daughter. They love her and long to embrace her once again. Why is this at the very end? And why is it talking about, but there is no deception in this fact? Like, who said it was any deception in what y'all was trying to say? So to me, it's just, this is why people, I'm telling y'all, be looking at certain parties with the side eye, because it's just parents that's in a situation, like we've seen parents that have been in similar situations to this via documentaries and all kind of different stuff. We've seen it, right? The first thing you would say out your mouth is, I love you and glad that you are here with us. Glad that I can see you. I'm looking at you. It doesn't appear that you're malnourished. Okay, you look okay physically at this moment. I'm happy because I did not know if those posts were actually you. That's, to me, what a parent that was actually concerned. Like, then you start getting down to the bottom of, okay, we need to figure out who this is. Because that should be priority, but not the first thing that you say. And then you at the bottom, but there's no deception in this fact. For 3 years, Joy's family has spent the holidays without their daughter. They love her and long to embrace her once again. So, but it's like, through the actions of everything, it just be having me look at this whole situation like, who child? So she basically, in her video, she kind of rebuffed and refuted a lot of things that people have been saying about her online, that was basically started due to the Patreon and different stuff, and she basically called BS, honey. So she says that she wanted to clear her name following reports that she turned on Kay, because if she's still in a relationship with him, of course she doesn't want people to think that she turns her back on somebody that she loves. Like, it's like when it comes to parents and their daughters being in love with somebody, it's like the more that you try to pull her away from the person and saying that this person is this, the more they're gonna pull in another direction. So it's like you kind of have to be delicate with this whole situation. So she wanted to clear her name following reports that she turned on Kay by posting little details about their relationship on Patreon. She says she had nothing to do with the site and still has no plans to, you know, come against Kay's character at all. And then it says in the video that they obtained, Joy starts out reading a prepared statement, or as Kay's critics might call it, a script. So as for the claims that have been made in her name on Patreon, she says they were all flat out false, and she blames an imposter for launching that page, as well as an Instagram account bearing her name. And I hope that somebody reaches out to her so that she could figure out who in fact assumed her identity, so that, you know, she could seek restitution for that, because that to me is a form of slander and different stuff. Like, she has went through, you know, distress and things that have happened and transpired. She's already in to me, an emotional situation from this whole ordeal. Like, if you think about it, somebody that you know and love is in a very unfortunate situation. Me personally, it has not changed my mind about Kay and the things that he has done as a person, or what they're claiming that he has done as a person. Okay, like, it's just way too many people saying too much of the same thing about you, and it's just it's a cycle. Like, I've seen it from the whole Aaliyah to now, like from 1994 till now, honey. We've been hearing stuff about this, so everybody ain't lying on you. But I could understand if you a person that was involved with a person. It's the same thing I felt about K. Michelle. Like, when she was, you know, speaking so highly of him, of Kay, because he got her out of, you know, a bad situation with her ex, and, you know, he became a person that was special to her, and even though she knew that he may have done or made some poor choices, she still cared for him. And I feel like it's the same thing with the Joy situation, except for Joy, you know, she may not believe that she you know, encountered no situations. That doesn't mean that she ain't encountered those situations via Kay. I think that she has been through a lot, okay? And honestly, like, fresh out, if a person is still in a relationship with a person and they love a person deeply, that's not going to be the first thing on their mind, trying to point the finger at the person, or they want to keep their memories of the person in the best light as possible. You feel me? Like, that could be a coping mechanism that she probably is using. It could be actually how she feel. Who knows? Only time is going to tell with this whole situation. And whatever is done in the dark, whether somebody, whether it was him that came up with the script for her or somebody that helped, who knows? It's gonna come out, her true feelings about everything eventually. And even if it doesn't, you know, that's between her and the Most High, Yahweh, you know, about her feelings, how she feels truly about that. I'm just happy that the girl looked healthy, and that she's saying that she wants to manifest positivity and that sort of stuff. Like, she wants nothing but positivity. And that's what I heard Azri saying as well. Like, she doesn't, I guess they don't want to, you know, dive into the negativity, because honestly, a lot of people just want them to kind of rehash trauma for a coin so they could talk about it, have something to discuss. But these people have been in real life situations. These are these people's lives, and I think people forget that. So she also reveals her current status, you know, her relationship status with Kay, and saying that they communicate daily, and that it should be noted that lots of people had casted doubt that's what they're saying. Lots of people have casted doubt on the whole Patreon account, including Lisa, and I don't even understand why they even had to ask somebody. Like, it's common sense. If the person never showed y'all no video, no pictures of them holding up no sign, them saying, hey, I want y'all to support me and this is my page, who would give money to a blank screen? Like, did people parents ever, you know, tell them don't talk to strangers, don't give no money to nothing that somebody that you don't know? Like, that's just common sense. Now, Oh, they say that Joy did go off script later in the video, adding that both she and Azri are still firmly in Kay's corner. Although in the video they say Azri never appears on camera, and they say as they reported, Patreon shut down the account that was supposed to be hers after it could not authenticate the owner's identity. So Kay going through his little situations, and they talking about he might not resolve certain stuff until 2020, honey. So he gonna be booked and busy, and I'm hoping that, you know, she remains positive, and hopefully she has somebody in her corner that is actually concerned about her well-being, her mental health, just her as a whole, so that she could get past this situation. These folks is not going to get past this situation overnight. I mean, it's, you know, nothing is impossible for Yahweh, the Most High God. But, not even but, I'm just trying to say, in addition to what I'm trying to say with that last statement, I'm just trying to say that it's a process. Like, if a person is in deep with a person, they might not see it from the outside lenses of how everybody else is seeing it. And it's kind of like you have a child, and you know, the mother or the dad might know that the spouse that they have, or the baby mama, baby father, is not the best person in the world, but that image that the child has of the dad or the mom might be a perfect image. You feel what I'm saying? They might not see what you see, even though you know that you spent, you know, nights staying up because the person will put you through a lot. Your offspring might see the best in that person because they have a love for that person. So that's what I'm thinking of with this whole situation. Like, I'm thinking of it like how K Michelle was saying, like, he could have been good in some moments where the love part, where she have love for him or is in love with him, I'm talking about Joy now, can only see that at this moment. You feel what I'm saying? As time goes on, who knows if she'll develop other feelings about that when she has more time to think, you know, after the publicity phase, and he has to ultimately answer for things that they're claiming that he's done, and things that we, you know, it could be some stuff we know about, stuff we don't know about. So eventually the truth will always come out. Okay, like I told y'all before, I'm happy that the truth came out with this whole situation regarding this. And this is why you can't just run with the first thing that you see on social media, or, you know, mystery posts. Okay, this is like that dude, the emo Tatiana dude or whatever, where he kind of was impersonating a woman, and everybody was like all about his post and all, you know, thinking it was a woman. Come to find out, you know, he reveals himself, he was a whole man out here, and we thinking that the whole time he was an Afro woman, voicing, you know, real life topics that women go through. So I feel like this is kind of similar to that. You can't just believe posts because they're up online. You have to fact check, and definitely don't believe something that just is a black screen talking about, I'm gonna tell my story. It's KingBritneyChanel. What is your thoughts about Joy finally speaking out and addressing the full Patreon and Instagram accounts? Who do y'all think could be responsible for these accounts? And do y'all think that officials and authorities will eventually look into who started those accounts? Y'all let me know. It's KingBritneyChanel, and I will see y'all soon on the next video. Come shop with me now at my Teespring store, KingBritneyChanel Couture. I provide custom apparel and so much more for an affordable price. We have items like leggings, t-shirts, and hoodies. So thank you for shopping, and I hope that you enjoy. Hey honeys, thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you check out my Teespring, KingBritneyChanel Couture, where you can find my latest merch. I upload a lot of new designs frequently, so definitely make sure you check it out. We have mugs, we have wall tapestries, canvas art, pillows, fleece blankets, apparel, and so much more. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video.